The SS Odyssey cut through the void, a silver dart against the infinite black of space. Its fusion drives hummed to steady him, propelling the ship toward the Andromeda Galaxy, humanity's boldest leap since leaving Earth's cradle. Captain Elias Thorne stood at the bridge's viewport, hands clasped behind his back, his reflection faint against the star-streaked cosmos. At 38, his sharp jaw and storm-gray eyes carried the weight of a man who'd seen too much. Earth's wars, decades of resource conflicts, corporate greed, and fractured alliances, had left scars on his soul. Space was his refuge, the only place where the screams of his past grew quiet. "Captain, anomaly detected at 0.3 light seconds," said Lieutenant Mira Voss, her voice crisp from the navigation console. Her dark braid swung as she leaned over the holographic display, her fingers dancing across controls. "It's unstable. Could be a wormhole." Elias turned, his boots clanging softly on the deck. "Define unstable." "Gravitational fluctuations, sir. It's pulling us in. Engines can't compensate." The bridge crew tensed. Dr. Cale Runn, the ship's xenobiologist, adjusted his glasses, muttering about theoretical physics. Ensign Rao, barely out of the academy, gripped his station like it might fly away. Elias's mind raced. The Odyssey carried 50 souls, scientists, engineers, soldiers, all tasked with establishing humanity's first extrasolar colony. They couldn't afford a detour, but space didn't care about their plans. "Full reverse thrust," Elias ordered. "Divert power to shields." Myra's hands flew over the controls. "Too late, Captain. We're caught in its field. Reality warped." The stars smeared into kaleidoscopic streaks, and the ship groaned as if squeezed by a cosmic hand. Elias braced against the console, his stomach lurching as time itself seemed to stretch. Then silence. The Odyssey emerged into a new starfield, alien and unfamiliar. The navigation systems blinked, recalibrating. No known constellations. No Earth signals. They were lost. "Status report," Elias barked. Myra's face was pale. "We're somewhere. Sensors are picking up a habitable planet nearby. Oxygen-rich, liquid water, vegetation. No human signals." Elias's jaw tightened. "Options." Dr. Wren spoke up, his voice eager despite the tension. "We need resources. Fuel reserves are low after that jump. That planet could be our lifeline." Elias nodded. "Prepare a landing team. 6 personnel, including me. We go in, assess, and get what we need to find our way home." As the crew scrambled, Elias felt a strange sensation, a faint hum in his mind, like a melody just out of reach. He dismissed it as stress, but as the shuttle prepped for launch, the hum grew louder, whispering words he couldn't yet understand. The planet was a jewel. Its surface shimmered with crystal forests, their facets refracting light into rainbows that danced across the landscape. Bioluminescent rivers snaked through valleys, and the air carried a sweet, floral scent that reminded Elias of springtime on Earth before the bombs fell. The crew named it Elisera, a nod to paradise, though Mira muttered it was too perfect to trust. The landing team, Elias, Mira, Dr. Run, 2 engineers, and a security officer named Chun, set up a base camp near a cluster of ruins. The structures were ancient, their spires carved from a stone that pulsed faintly, as if alive. Scans confirmed no immediate threats, but Elias's unease grew. The hum in his mind was now a voice, soft and lilting, urging him toward the ruins. "Captain, you okay?" Chin asked, his rifle slung low but ready. "Fine," Elias lied. "Spread out. Catalog everything. We need fuel-compatible minerals and any tech that can help us navigate." As the team worked, Elias wandered deeper into the ruins. The voice grew clearer, guiding him to a clearing where a figure stood. She was unlike anything he'd ever seen. Her skin gleamed like polished amethyst, shimmering with veins of light. Her eyes glowed with an inner fire, gold and violet swirling in their depths. Tendrils of energy flowed from her head, swaying like living hair. She was alien, yet her form echoed humanity, slender, graceful, undeniably feminine. Elias froze, hand on his sidearm. But the voice in his mind spoke. Asterisk, do not fear, wanderer. I am Lyriel, guardian of Hfy sci. Asterisk. He lowered his weapon. I'm Elias Thorne, captain of the SS Odyssey. We mean no harm. She tilted her head, her tendrils pulsing softly. Asterisk, your kind is new to me. Yet you carry pain like my people once did. Asterisk. The crew arrived, weapons raised. Myra's voice was sharp. Captain, step back. Stand down, Elias said firmly. She's communicating. Telepathically. Lyriel's form shifted, her energy field adapting to mimic human gestures. A smile, a nod. She explained her existence. The Hfy, her people, had been a star-faring race, masters of energy manipulation. A cosmic plague had destroyed them, leaving her as the last, bound to Elisara's core, a living reactor that sustained her immortality but tethered her to the planet. Why are you helping us? Elias asked aloud, though her thoughts flowed directly into his. Asterisk, you were lost. I was lost once too. And your heart, it sings to mine. Asterisk. Her words stirred something in him, a warmth he hadn't felt since before the wars. He pushed it down. Duty first. Weeks passed. The crew harvested crystalline minerals that, with Lyriel's guidance, proved compatible with the Odyssey's drives. She taught them to interface with Hfy technology, ancient devices that mapped star fields beyond human knowledge. But progress was slow. The wormhole had destabilized the ship's navigation core, and recalibrating it required time. Time the crew grew restless for. Elias spent his days with Lyriel, learning her language of thought and gesture. She showed him how to commune with Elisara's flora, touching a crystal tree to feel its pulse like a heartbeat. It's alive, he marveled, his hand tingling where it met hers. All things are alive, she replied. Asterisk, the universe is a symphony. You only need to listen. Asterisk. At night, under Elisara's triple moons, they shared stories. Elias spoke of Earth, its oceans, its cities, its wars. Lyriel shared visions of the Hfy's golden age, when they danced among stars. Her loneliness echoed his, a shared wound across species and eons. One evening, by a glowing river, Elias opened up. I lost my sister in the wars. She was a pilot, shot down over the Pacific. I joined the Odyssey to escape the guilt, to find something else. Lyriel's tendrils brushed his arm, a gesture both alien and intimate. Asterisk, you found me. Is that enough? Asterisk. He looked into her glowing eyes, his breath catching. Maybe. Their connection deepened, a slow burn of trust and curiosity. But not all was well. Mira, ever pragmatic, noticed Elias's distraction. You're getting too close, Captain. She's not human. We don't know her motives. She's helping us, Mira, Elias countered. Without her, we're stranded. Myra's eyes narrowed. Just don't forget who you are, or why we're here. The first attack came without warning. A scouting team, led by Chun, was exploring a distant ruin when a shadow moved. A writhing mass of darkness, like smoke given form. It enveloped Chin's partner, engineer Lila Torres, draining her life in seconds. Her body collapsed, a lifeless husk. The crew retreated to base camp, shaken. Lyriel's expression darkened when Elias described the entity. Void wraiths, she thought, her voice heavy with dread. Asterisk, remnants of the plague. Your arrival woke them. Asterisk. She explained. The Odyssey's wormhole transit had disrupted Elisara's energy field, stirring the wraiths from dormancy. They fed on life, human or Hfy, and would spread if unchecked. The only solution was to activate the planet's core, sealing the wraiths in a dimensional rift. But the process would drain Lyriel's essence, potentially killing her. No, Elias said, his voice firm. We'll find another way. There is one, Lyriel replied. Asterisk, merge with me. Become a guardian. Your human vitality, combined with my energy, could stabilize the core without my death. Asterisk. It was a staggering choice. Merging would bind Elias to Hfy sci, granting immortality, but severing him from his crew, his mission, his humanity. He'd never return to Earth. Yet, As wraiths multiplied, attacking nightly, he saw no other path. The SS Odyssey was gone, its trail a fading ember against Elisura's starry sky. Elias Thorne stood on the cliff's edge, the wind carrying the scent of crystal blossoms and the faint hum of the planet's core. His hand rested in Lyriel's, her energy tendrils weaving gently around his fingers, a sensation both foreign and familiar. His body felt different, lighter, stronger, infused with the ethery essence that now coursed through him. His skin shimmered faintly, catching the moonlight, and his eyes glowed with a soft violet hue, a mirror to hers. "Do you feel it?" Lyriel asked, her voice a melodic blend of thought and sound. She stood close, her form radiant against the night. The planet, its heartbeat. Elias closed his eyes, letting the sensation wash over him. Elisera pulsed beneath his feet, a living entity. He sensed its rivers, its forests, the quiet stirrings of creatures in the dark. It was overwhelming, like hearing a symphony for the first time. "It's alive," he said, echoing his words from weeks ago. "And it's part of me now. As you are part of me," Lyriel thought, her presence warm in his mind. Their merge had bound them not just to the planet, but to each other, their thoughts and emotions intertwined. He felt her joy, her curiosity, and a lingering thread of sorrow, the weight of her long solitude. They walked into the crystal forest, the trees chiming softly as their branches brushed together. Elias marveled at his new senses. He could taste the air's energy, see wavelengths beyond human vision. But it wasn't just the planet that captivated him. It was Lyriel. Her every movement, every pulse of her energy drew him closer. He'd never known love like this. Not on Earth. Not in the fleeting connections of his past. It scared him as much as it thrilled him. "Tell me," he said, pausing by a glowing stream. "What does it mean to be a guardian? What are we now?" Lyriel knelt, trailing her fingers through the water, sending ripples of light dancing. "We are Elisara's protectors. Its core sustains us, and we sustain it. We keep its balance, guard against threats like the void wraiths. But it is more than duty. It is belonging." Belonging, Elias repeated, the word heavy. He'd spent his life running. From Earth's wars, from his guilt over his sister's death, from himself. Now he was anchored, not just to a planet, but to her. "I've never belonged anywhere." "Not really." She turned to him, her eyes searching his. "Asterisk, you do now." "With me, asterisk." He reached out, his hand brushing her cheek. Her energy field sparked against his skin, warm and electric. For a moment, he forgot the strangeness of his new form, the weight of his choice. He only saw her. "Lyriel," he whispered, "I don't know how to do this. Love, not like this." Her tendrils curled around his wrist, gentle but firm. Then we learned together. They stood there, bathed in moonlight, two beings from different worlds forging something new. But even in that moment of connection, Elias felt a flicker of unease, a shadow in the planet's pulse, faint but growing. The first weeks, as guardians, were a blur of discovery. Lyriel taught Elias to wield his new abilities, manipulating energy fields, communicating with Elisara's flora and fauna, and sensing disruptions in the planet's balance. He learned to project his thoughts, to move with a grace that felt almost weightless. But the merge had changed more than his body. His emotions were sharper, amplified by Lyriel's presence. Her joy lifted him, her fears weighed him down. They explored Elisara's wonders together. Caverns where crystals sang in harmonic chords, skies where auroras danced in patterns that told stories of the Ethery's past. Each moment deepened their bond. One evening, atop a spire overlooking a valley of glowing vines, Elias pulled Lyriel close. "I used to think space was empty," he said. "Cold. But with you it's alive." She leaned into him, her energy blending with his. "You make it alive for me, too." Their lips didn't meet. Her form didn't work that way. But their energies intertwined, a kiss of light and warmth that left Elias breathless. It was intimacy beyond the physical, a merging of souls. He wanted to stay in that moment forever. But forever was not promised. The shadow Elias had since grew stronger. At first, it was subtle, a flicker in the planet's pulse, a chill in the air. Then one night the ground trembled. Crystals shattered in the distance, their song turning discordant. Lyriel's eyes widened. The void stirs again. They raced to the core chamber, a vast underground cathedral where Elisara's heart pulsed. The crystal at its center, once radiant, flickered with dark veins. The wraiths, Lyriel said, her voice tight. Our merge sealed them, but something is weakening the rift. Elias touched the core, feeling its distress. What could do this? We stabilized it. An echo, she replied. Asterisk something external. A signal, perhaps, or a presence. Asterisk. Elias's mind flashed to the Odyssey. Could their warp drive have left a residual signature? Or was it something else? Something that had followed them through the wormhole? We need to find it, he said, before it tears this place apart. They began their search at dawn, scouring the ruins for clues. Elias's new senses picked up faint distortions in the planet's energy field, like ripples from a distant stone. Lyriel guided him, her knowledge of Elisara's systems unmatched. They found the source in a forgotten Hfy outpost, half buried in a canyon. Inside, a device pulsed with erratic light, its signal broadcasting into the void. It's Hfy tech, Lyriel said, examining the console. A beacon, dormant for millennia, but now active. Could the Odyssey have triggered it? Elias asked, his human instincts still seeking logic. Asterisk perhaps. Or something else found us. Asterisk. As they worked to deactivate it, Elias felt a surge of fear. Not his own, but Lyriel's. What's wrong? He asked. She hesitated, a rare uncertainty in her thoughts. Asterisk, this beacon was meant to call my people home. If it's active, it could draw others. Not all were kind. Asterisk. Before he could press her, the ground shook again. A shadow coalesced outside the outpost. A void wraith, larger than before, its form a writhing mass of darkness. Elias raised his hands, channeling energy as Lyriel had taught him. A beam of light shot from his palms, dispersing the wraith, but more appeared, their screeches echoing in his mind. We can't fight them all, he said, grabbing her hand. We need to shut this down now. They worked frantically, Lyriel's tendrils interfacing with the console, while Elias guarded the entrance. The wraiths pressed closer, their cold hunger seeping into his bones. Finally, the beacon dimmed, its signal cut. The wraiths vanished, but the core's distress remained. It's not enough, Lyriel thought. Asterisk, the signal reached beyond Elisara. Something is coming. Asterisk. Days later, the sky burned. A ship breached Elisara's atmosphere, its design sleek and predatory. Unlike the Odyssey's utilitarian bulk, it landed near the ruins, disgorging figures in armored suits, their movements precise and hostile. Elias and Lyriel watched from a hidden vantage point, her energy cloaking them. Who are they? Elias whispered. Not Hfy, Lyriel replied. Asterisk, but they wield similar technology. Perhaps scavengers, drawn by the beacon. Asterisk. The intruders scanned the ruins, their devices humming with purpose. One, a tall figure with a visor reflecting the moons, spoke in a language Elias's new senses translated. The core is active. Secure it. The Guardian must be eliminated. Elias's blood ran cold. They're after you. Us, Lyriel corrected. We are one now. They retreated to the core chamber, planning their defense. Elias's human instincts clashed with his Guardian role. He wanted to fight, to protect, but Lyriel urged caution. We can't risk the core, she said. If they destabilize it, Elisara dies. The intruders attacked at dusk, their weapons firing beams of dark energy that corroded the crystal walls. Elias and Lyriel fought back, their combined power a dazzling display of light and force. But the enemy was relentless, their leader, a figure called Varn, revealing their goal. To harvest Elisara's core for its infinite energy, a prize that could power empires. You're not taking her, Elias growled, shielding Lyriel from a blast. His body absorbed the hit, pain flaring but quickly mending. Varn laughed, his voice distorted through his visor. You're human, yet you cling to this alien? Pathetic. She's a relic, nothing more. Elias's rage surged, his energy flaring brighter. He and Lyriel struck as one, their minds synchronized. The chamber shook, crystals exploding in a protective barrier that drove Varn's forces back. But the damage was done. The core flickered, its stability faltering. The intruders retreated, but Elias knew they'd return. The core's instability grew, threatening Elisara's ecosystem. Lyriel's energy waned, her form dimmer than before. The merge isn't enough, she admitted, her voice weak. The core needs more to heal. More what? Elias asked, his heart pounding. Asterisk. Our bond. A deeper merge. Asterisk. It meant giving up the last of his humanity, becoming fully ethery. He'd lose his memories of Earth, his past, his identity as Elias Thorne. But as he looked at Lyriel, her light fading, he knew his choice. I love you, he said, the words raw and true. I'll do whatever it takes. In the core chamber, they merged again, their energies blending in a cascade of light. Elias felt his past slip away, his sister smile, Earth skies, but Lyriel's presence filled the void, her love a star that never dimmed. The core stabilized, its pulse strong once more. When Varn's forces returned, they faced two guardians at full power. Elias and Lyriel fought as one, their love a weapon that shattered the intruders' tech and drove them off Elisara. The ship fled, its signal fading into the void. Elisara healed, its crystals singing once more. Elias and Lyriel stood by the glowing river, their forms intertwined. He was no longer fully human, nor she fully ethery. There was something new, bound by love and duty. Do you miss it? Lyriel asked, her tendrils brushing his face. Your old life? He smiled, his glowing eyes meeting hers. I found my life here, with you. As Elisara's moons rose, they walked into the forest, guardians eternal, their love a light that would guide the stars. The crystal forests of Elisara sang softly under the triple moons, their chimes a lullaby that wove through the night. Elias and Lyriel sat atop a glowing ridge, their energies entwined, a faint shimmer where their forms met. Elias's transformation was complete, his human frame now pulsed with ethery light, his skin a mosaic of amethyst and starlight, his eyes a mirror to Lyriel's radiant gaze. He felt the planet's heartbeat as his own, a rhythm that bound him to this world and to her. Yet, beneath the serenity, a quiet unease lingered. Lyriel, he said, his voice a blend of human timbre and ethery resonance. Do you ever wonder what's out there? Beyond Elisara? Her tendrils swayed, catching the moonlight like liquid glass. Asterisk always. The stars were my people's home. But I am bound here and now. So are you. Asterisk her thoughts carried a trace of guilt, a shadow Elias felt through their shared bond. He took her hand, the contact sparking warmth. I chose this. You didn't force me. But I keep feeling something. A pull. Like the universe isn't done with us. Lyriel's eyes dimmed briefly. Asterisk the beacon. Its signal reached far. We stopped Varn, but others may come. And the core, its stability is fragile. Our merge healed it, but it demands more of us. Asterisk. Elias nodded, sensing the truth in her words. The core chamber's pulse had strengthened, but it flickered at times, a reminder of the planet's vulnerability. Their role as guardians was not just to protect, but to nurture, a task that felt both infinite and daunting. What does it need? He asked. Asterisk us. Fully. Our emotions, our will. The ethery believed love was the strongest energy. It binds, it creates, but also consumes. Asterisk. He looked at her, the weight of her words settling in his chest. Love had brought him here, had reshaped him. But could it sustain them through eternity? Then we give it everything, he said, pulling her closer. Their energies merged, a soft glow enveloping them, and for a moment, the unease faded. They were one, and that was enough. But the stars had other plans. The first sign of trouble came at dawn. A tremor shook the valley, stronger than before, cracking a crystal spire in two. Elias and Lyriel raced to the core chamber, where the central crystal pulsed erratically, dark veins pulsing within its light. "It's the rift," Lyriel said, her voice tight. "The one we sealed to trap the void wraiths. It's reopening." Elias touched the core, feeling its distress like a wound. "How?" "We drove Varn's forces away. The beacon's off." "Something else," Lyriel replied, her tendrils probing the crystal's energy. "A force beyond Elisera. The beacon's signal may have awakened more than scavengers. They work to stabilize the core, channeling their combined energy." Elias's human instincts, logic, strategy, blended with Lyriel's ethery intuition, creating a harmony that soothed the crystal's fluctuations. But as they finished, a new sensation hit Elias. A voice, not Lyriel's, echoing in his mind. "Seekers, you cannot hide." He staggered, clutching his head. "Did you hear that?" Lyriel's eyes widened. Yes. "It's not from Elisera. It's older. They emerged from the chamber to find the sky ablaze. A rift had opened above the planet, a tear, in reality, spilling violet light and shadowy tendrils. From it emerged a ship, vast and angular, its hull pulsing with a sickly green glow. Unlike Varn's sleek vessel, this one felt ancient, its design alien even to Lyriel's knowledge. "Karath," she whispered, her thoughts heavy with dread. "A remnant of my people's enemies. They hunted the ethery during our fall, seeking the cores of our worlds. Elias's jaw tightened. "What do they want now?" The same. "Power. Elisara's core could fuel their dominion for eons. The ship landed, its presence sending tremors through the planet. Figures emerged, tall, gaunt, with limbs like twisted metal and eyes glowing red. Their leader, a being called Zyron, broadcast a telepathic message that chilled Elias's blood. Guardians, surrender the core, or we will unmake your world. Elias and Lyriel prepared for war. The Karath were relentless, their weapons carving through Elisara's forests with beams that drained life itself. The crystal trees screamed, their songs turning to wails. Elias felt each loss, his connection to the planet amplifying the pain. "We can't let them reach the core," he said, his voice steady despite the chaos. Lyriel nodded, her form blazing with determination. We fight as one. For Elisera. For us. They used their guardian powers to their fullest, weaving energy barriers to shield the core chamber and striking with beams of light that shattered the Karath's drones. Elias's human tactics, ambushes, feints, complemented Lyriel's mastery of the planet's energy, allowing them to hold the invaders at bay. But the Karath were many, and their technology was formidable. Each battle drained the core further, its light dimming with every blow. During a rare lull, Elias and Lyriel retreated to a hidden grove, their energies flickering with exhaustion. "We're losing ground," Elias admitted, his glowing eyes meeting hers. "I don't know if we can stop them." Lyriel's tendrils brushed his face, a gesture of comfort. We can. Because we must. I lost my people once. I will not lose you. He pulled her close, their energies merging in a desperate embrace. "I love you," he said, the words a lifeline. "No matter what happens, that's my truth." Her light flared, a response stronger than words. "And mine." But their moment was cut short. Zyron's voice boomed through the planet, a telepathic assault. Your love is weakness. Surrender, or we will tear your bond apart. Elias felt a surge of rage, but Lyriel's calm steadied him. They do not understand, she thought. Love is our strength. Let's show them. The Karath launched their final assault at twilight, their ship hovering above the core chamber, its weapons tearing into the crystal dome. Elias and Lyriel fought back to back, their energies a whirlwind of light and force. The planet itself seemed to rise with them, vines lashing at the invaders, crystals detonating in protective bursts. But Zyron was relentless, his red eyes locked on the core. "You cannot win," Zyron taunted, his form towering over them. "Your bond is finite. The core will be ours." Elias felt the core's pulse falter, its light nearly extinguished. Lyriel's energy wavered, her form dimming. "No," he growled, stepping between her and Zyron. "You don't touch her." Zyron laughed, raising a clawed hand. A beam of dark energy struck Elias, pain searing through his merged form. He fell, his vision blurring, but Lyriel's voice anchored him. "Asterisk, stay with me, Elias. We're not done." Asterisk. She poured her energy into him, their bond flaring brighter than ever. Elias rose, his body glowing with newfound power. Together, they channeled the core's last reserves, unleashing a wave of light that engulfed Zyron and his forces. The Koroth screamed, their forms disintegrating as the rift above collapsed, swallowing their ship. But the victory came at a cost. The core flickered, its light barely a spark. Lyriel collapsed, her energy spent. Elias caught her, panic gripping him. "Lyriel, stay with me." Her eyes met his, faint but resolute. Asterisk, the core needs us. One final merge. Everything we are, asterisk. He knew what she meant. A complete surrender of their individual selves, a fusion that would make them indistinguishable, part of Hfy forever. No more Elias, no more Lyriel, just the planet's eternal guardians. His human heart rebelled, clinging to the man he'd been, but his love for her was stronger. "I'm ready," he whispered, tears shimmering in his glowing eyes. In the core chamber, they merged for the last time. Their energies intertwined, a supernova of light and love. Elias felt Lyriel's memories, her people's songs, her centuries of solitude, blend with his own, Earth's oceans, his sister's laughter, the Odyssey's hum. They became one, their essence pouring into the core. The crystal blazed, its light restoring Elisara's balance, healing the scars of battle. When the light faded, they stood together, no longer separate entities but a single being, their forms a radiant fusion of human and ethery. They were the guardian, Elisara's heart made manifest. Yet, within their shared consciousness, Elias and Lyriel's love remained, a spark that burned eternal. The planet flourished, its forests singing, its rivers glowing. The guardian walked its surface, tending to its needs, a silent promise to protect it forever. And in the quiet moments, beneath the triple moons, they felt each other's presence, a love that transcended form, echoing through the cosmos. Centuries passed, though time meant little to the guardian. Hfy became a beacon, its light drawing wanderers from distant stars. Some came in peace, seeking knowledge. Others, like Varn and Zyron, sought power. The guardian met each with wisdom and strength, its love for Hfy and for the two souls that had forged it, unyielding. One night, a new ship arrived, bearing a familiar design, human. The guardian watched from a cliff, its form a silhouette of light. The newcomer spoke of Earth, of colonies thriving across the galaxy, of a captain named Elias Thorn, a legend who'd vanished into the stars. The guardian smiled, a gesture both human and alien. "We are still here," it thought, its voice a harmony of Elias and Lyriel. "And we will always be." As the moons rose, the guardian turned to the forest, its light blending with Elisara's glow. The stars above whispered of new journeys, but for now, it was home, a home built on love, eternal and unbroken. Eons blurred into a tapestry of light and shadow for the guardian. Hfy thrived under its watchful gaze, its crystal forests expanding, its rivers singing symphonies that echoed the merged souls of Elias and Lyriel. The guardian's form was fluid, a luminous entity that could manifest as a towering figure of light or dissolve into the planet's energy field. Within its consciousness, Elias and Lyriel's essences conversed, their love a constant hum that powered the core. "Do you remember Earth?" Lyriel's voice, soft as a distant star, asked within their shared mind. Elias's presence stirred, a warmth like sunlight on skin. Asterisk fragments. The war's the Odyssey, my sister. But it's fading like a dream. Asterisk. Good, Lyriel replied. Asterisk, we are beyond that now. We are Elisera. Asterisk. Yet, even in their unity, a restlessness grew. The Guardians sensed ripples in the cosmos. Ships passing near. Whispers of conflict in the void. Humanity had spread, colonies dotting the galaxies, their technology evolving. One day, a probe breached Elisara's atmosphere, a small, sleek device bearing the insignia of the United Earth Alliance. It scanned the planet, transmitting data back to its source. The Guardian observed, curiosity flickering. They search for us, Elias thought. For me. The probe landed softly in a meadow, its lights blinking. The Guardian approached, manifesting a form reminiscent of Elias's human shape, tall, with glowing eyes and amethyst skin. It interfaced with the device, downloading its logs. Visions flooded in, Earth healed but scarred, colonies thriving on distant worlds, tales of the lost Odyssey, a myth inspiring explorers. A message embedded in the probe played, Captain Thorne, if you're out there, humanity needs you. The void is returning, not wraiths, but a galactic threat. Wormholes are collapsing, stars dying. We trace it to Andromeda. Come home. The Guardian paused, Elias's essence surging with conflict. Asterisk home? Earth was never home. But we could help. Asterisk. Lyriel's caution tempered him. Asterisk, we are bound here. Leaving would weaken the core. Asterisk. But the message ignited something. The Guardian decided to respond, sending a signal back through the probe. Asterisk, we are here. But we cannot leave. Send emissaries. We will share what we know. Asterisk. Weeks later, a fleet arrived. Not invaders, but diplomats and scientists from the Alliance. Their flagship, the Nova Horizon, orbited Elisera, its crew awestruck by the planet's beauty. A landing party descended, led by Admiral Sarah Voss, a descendant of Mira Voss, Elias's former lieutenant. She was sharp-eyed, with a braid echoing her ancestors, and carried a holographic archive of the Odyssey's logs. The Guardian met them in the ruins, its form shifting to appear more human for comfort. Welcome, it said, its voice a harmony of Elias and Lyriel. You seek answers. Admiral Voss bowed slightly, her team scanning nervously. Captain Thorne? Is that you? Part of me, the Guardian replied telepathically, sharing visions of emerge. Asterisk, we are the Guardian now. Elias and Lyriel as one. Asterisk. Voss's eyes widened. The legends were true. You found love? With an alien? The Guardian's light pulsed with amusement. Asterisk. Love knows no boundaries. It saved this world. Now, tell us of the void. Asterisk. Voss explained. A cosmic anomaly, similar to the wraiths, was spreading across galaxies, devouring stars. It originated from a rift near Elisara's coordinates. We need your knowledge, she said. To seal it, the Guardian deliberated, Elias's human empathy clashing with Lyriel's planetary duty. We can help, it decided. Asterisk, but not by leaving. We will teach you. Asterisk. The Alliance team set up camp, their scientists interfacing with Elisara's crystals under the Guardian's guidance. Elias's essence took the lead, manifesting separately at times, a holographic projection of his former self, to teach human tactics. The void feeds on imbalance, he explained to Voss. Like the wraiths, it thrives on disrupted energy. Your wormhole tech may have aggravated it. Voss nodded, her admiration evident. You become more. But do you miss being human? Elias's projection smiled faintly. Sometimes. The freedom to wander. But Lyriel, she completes me. Meanwhile, Lyriel's presence bonded with the team's xenobiologists, sharing ethery history. Tensions arose. Some humans feared the Guardian's power, whispering of alien influence. One night, a saboteur from the team, driven by paranoia, attempted to extract a core sample, destabilizing a crystal vein. The ground shook, wraiths flickering back into existence. The Guardian surged, sealing the breach, but anger flared within Elias. They don't understand. Lyriel's calm soothed him. Asterisk they will. Show them. Asterisk. Voss apprehended the saboteur, apologizing profusely. We're not all like that. Please continue. As days passed, a deeper connection formed. Voss shared stories of Earth's recovery, of peace treaties and stellar alliances. The Guardian revealed the merged secrets, teaching how to harmonize energies to combat the galactic void. But romance stirred subtly. A young scientist, Elara, reminded Elias of his sister, curious, bold. She sought private audiences, asking about love across species. How did it feel? Falling for Lyriel? The Guardian's light softened. Asterisk like finding a missing star? Terrifying. Beautiful. Asterisk. Elara blushed, her own heart stirring, but the Guardian gently redirected. Asterisk our love is eternal. Yours awaits among the stars. Asterisk. The lessons bore fruit. The Alliance team devised a plan. Using Elisar's core as a template, they'd build a device to seal the galactic rift. But it required a direct link, risking Elisar's stability. We can't ask that, Voss said. It's your home. The universe is our home now, the Guardian replied. We will aid you. As preparations peaked, the rift's influence reached Elisera. Skies darkened, crystals dimmed. Wraiths swarmed, drawn by the anomaly. The Guardian and Alliance forces fought side by side, lasers blending with energy beams. In the chaos, Voss was wounded, a Wraith's touch draining her. Elias manifested, channeling healing energy. Hold on, he urged, his voice human soft. She gasped, recovering. Thank you, Captain. The battle raged, but the Guardian's power turned the tide. With the device activated, linked to the core, a pulse shot into space, sealing the rift. Stars stabilized, the void retreating. The Alliance prepared to depart, their ship laden with knowledge. Voss clasped the Guardian's manifested hand. You've saved us all. If you ever want to return, we are where we belong, the Guardian said. Asterisk, but remember us. Love binds the cosmos. Asterisk. As the Nova horizon lifted off, the Guardian stood alone, its form dissolving back into unity. Elias and Lyriel's essences embraced within. We did good, Elias thought. Yes, Lyriel replied. And we have forever to do more. Elisara's moons rose, the planet's song swelling. The Guardian wandered the forests, a beacon for future wanderers, its love a light eternal. Time flowed onward. The Guardian evolved, its consciousness expanding to sense distant worlds. One day, a new signal arrived, not from humans, but from a fledgling alien race seeking guidance. The Guardian responded, sharing visions of harmony. Within, Elias and Lyriel dreamed of possibilities. What if we could travel, Elias wondered, without leaving Elisera? Lyriel's light sparkled. Asterisk we can. Through others. Our story will spread. Asterisk. And so, the Guardian became a myth across galaxies, a tale of human and alien love defying the void. Explorers came, learned, left changed. Elisera flourished, a hub of peace. In quiet moments, the Guardian manifested two forms, Elias and Lyriel, hand in hand, gazing at the stars. I love you, Elias said. Forever, Lyriel replied. Their bond, unbreakable, illuminated the cosmos. As millennia passed, the Guardian pondered its existence. The core, sustained by their love, pulsed stronger. New threats arose, cosmic storms, rival empires, but each was met with wisdom forged from two worlds. One fateful day, a wormhole opened naturally near Elisera, a gateway to uncharted realms. The Guardian sensed opportunity. We could send a part of us, Lyriel suggested, a seed of our essence. Elias agreed. They crafted an energy probe, infused with their merged souls, a child of sorts, to explore and connect. As it launched, the Guardian watched, hope blooming. Go forth, they thought. Carry our love. The probe vanished into the wormhole, its signal fading but alive. Back on Elisera, the Guardian remained, eternal guardians, their story just beginning. In the vastness of space, love endured, a starborn heart beating forever. The wormhole's light lingered in Elisara's sky, a fading scar where the Guardian's probe, infused with a fragment of their merged essence, had vanished. The Guardian stood on a crystalline cliff, its form a radiant blend of Elias and Lyriel, pulsing in sync with the planet's core. Within their shared consciousness, a quiet anticipation stirred. It's out there now, Elias's essence thought, his voice a warm thread in their unity. A piece of us, exploring the unknown. Lyriel's presence shimmered with pride and caution. Asterisk, our seed carries our love, our wisdom. But the cosmos is vast, and not all will welcome it. Asterisk. The probe, a glowing orb of ethery energy and human ingenuity, was more than a machine. It was their legacy, a child born of their bond, tasked with seeking new worlds and spreading Elisara's harmony. The Guardian could feel its faint signal, a heartbeat echoing across dimensions, but it was too distant to guide directly. For now, their duty remained on Elisara. The planet flourished, its ecosystems thriving under their care. Crystal forests sang new melodies, and the rivers glowed brighter, reflecting the core's restored strength. Yet, the Guardian sensed a shift in the cosmos, a ripple of unrest, as if the wormhole's opening had stirred dormant forces. One night, as the triple moons cast silver light, the Guardian manifested two forms. Elias, his human shape shimmering with amethyst veins, and Lyriel, her tendrils flowing like starlit streams. They sat by a glowing lake, their hands entwined, the act a bridge between their past selves and their eternal union. Do you think it'll find others like us? Elias asked, his voice soft but resonant. Beings who understand what we've become. Lyriel's eyes glowed, her gaze fixed on the stars. Asterisk, it will find those who need it. Love, in any form, is a beacon. Asterisk. He squeezed her hand, the contact sparking warmth through their merged energies. I never imagined this, us forever, part of something so vast. Sometimes I wonder if I'm still human enough to deserve it. Her tendrils brushed his cheek, a gesture both tender and electric. Asterisk, you are more than human now. You are mine, as I am yours. That is enough. Asterisk. Their energies intertwined, a silent vow renewed. But as they embraced, the planet trembled, a faint quake, followed by a discordant note in the core's pulse. The Guardian's form snapped back to unity, its senses alert. The rift, Lyriel's voice warned. It stirs again. The core chamber was a cathedral of light, its central crystal pulsing with the Guardian's energy. But dark veins like those that heralded the void wraiths reappeared within it. The Guardian touched the crystal, feeling a cold, alien presence, a remnant of the Karatha's intrusion, or something older. Not wraiths, Lyriel's essence deduced. Asterisk, something new. The wormhole's opening weakened the barriers between dimensions. We've drawn attention. Asterisk. Elias's human instincts flared. Asterisk, we need to find the source. If it's not on Elisara, it's out there. Asterisk. They extended their consciousness, using Elisara's core as a conduit to scan the cosmos. The probe's signal flickered, now stronger, carrying fragments of its journey. A nebula where stars were born, a planet of liquid metal, and a fleeting encounter with a sentient energy cloud. But amid these wonders, a shadow followed. A predatory force tracking the probe. The probe is in danger, the Guardian thought, its voice a harmony of concern. Asterisk, it carries our essence. If it falls, the core could weaken further. Asterisk. They couldn't leave Elisara. The core's stability depended on their presence, but they could amplify the probe's defenses. Channeling their love, the Guardian sent a surge of energy through the core, a beacon to strengthen the probe across dimensions. The effort drained them, their form flickering, but the probe's signal stabilized, its light pulsing defiantly. As they recovered, a new threat emerged on Elisara. A rift opened in the forest, smaller than the one that birthed the Karath, but no less dangerous. From it spilled creatures of shadow and static, their forms unstable, like glitching holograms. They attacked the crystal trees, draining their energy and sending discordant waves through the planet. The Guardian fought with ferocity, its light slicing through the invaders. Elias's tactical mind shaped their strategy, weaving barriers to protect the flora, while Lyriel's ethery knowledge targeted the creature's weak points. The battle was swift but costly. Several trees shattered, their songs silenced. "We can't keep doing this," Elias's essence said, frustration bleeding through. "Every rift weakens us. We need to close them for good." Lyriel's calm steadied him. Asterisk the probe may hold the key. If it finds the rift's source, we can seal it from afar. Asterisk. Across the cosmos, the probe journeyed, its ethery human essence a spark of curiosity and resilience. It navigated asteroid fields, evaded predatory fleets, and communed with a sentient gas giant, sharing Elisara's story. Each encounter strengthened it, its programming adapting to reflect Elias's courage and Lyriel's wisdom. But the shadow pursued. It was no mere fleet, but a collective, a hive mind of energy parasites called the Umbrax, drawn to the probe's unique signature. They sought to consume its essence, believing it could grant them dominion over dimensions. The probe, sensing danger, sent a distress signal back to Elisara. The Guardian received it in the core chamber, visions flooding their mind. The Umbrax's swarm, a writhing mass of darkness, closing in. Elias's essence burned with defiance. Asterisk, we can't lose it. It's part of us. Asterisk. They poured more energy into the probe, guiding it to a dying star system, where an ancient ethery outpost lay hidden. The probe activated the outpost defenses, a network of energy cannons that repelled the Umbrax. But the effort triggered a feedback loop, destabilizing Elisara's core further. The Guardian staggered, their form dimming. "We pushed too far," Lyriel warned. "The core cannot sustain this." Elias's resolve hardened. Asterisk, then we go to the source. We end this. Asterisk. Using the probe's data, they traced the Umbrax to a collapsing dimension, a wound in reality caused by the ethery's ancient experiments. The wormhole's opening had widened it, allowing the Umbrax to spill into their reality. Closing it required a sacrifice, the Guardian's full essence channeled through the probe, risking their existence. The decision weighed heavy. To save Elisara and the cosmos, the Guardian had to merge with the probe, projecting their consciousness across dimensions. It could unravel their unity, scattering Elias and Lyriel's essences. But the alternative, letting the Umbrax consume all, was unthinkable. In the core chamber, they prepared. The Guardian manifested as Elias and Lyriel, their forms glowing brightly. "If we do this," Elias said, his voice trembling, "we might not come back as us." Lyriel's tendrils wrapped around him, her light steady. Asterisk, our love will endure. It always has. Asterisk. They kissed, a fusion of energy and emotion, their essences blending in a final act of unity. The Guardian channeled itself into the core, linking with the probe. Reality blurred as their consciousness soared through the wormhole, arriving in the collapsing dimension, a chaos of fractured stars and howling shadows. The Umbrax swarmed, their hunger overwhelming. But the Guardian's love was stronger. Elias's courage and Lyriel's wisdom formed a supernova of light, sealing the dimensional wound. The Umbrax dissolved, their screams fading into silence. But the cost was immediate. The Guardian's form flickered, their connection to Elisara weakening. In a final act, they sent the probe back, carrying a fragment of their essence to restore the core. On Elisara, the core flared, absorbing the probe's return. The planet stabilized, its forests singing once more. But the Guardian was gone, its form scattered across dimensions. Yet love endured. Slowly, the core began to pulse, weaving a new form from its light. Two figures emerged. Elias, his human shape restored but glowing with ethery energy, and Lyriel, her tendrils brighter than ever. They were separate yet bound, their essences intertwined. "We're back," Elias gasped, clutching her hand. Lyriel smiled, her eyes radiant. Asterisk, we never left. Love brought us home. Asterisk. They stood by the lake, Elisara's moons reflecting their light. The planet was safe, the cosmos quieter. But the Guardian's legacy lived on. The probe, now a sentinel, patrolled the stars, spreading their story. Elisara became a sanctuary, its core a beacon for peace. Wanderers came, learning from Elias and Lyriel, now guardians in distinct forms but united in purpose. They taught love's power, a force that could heal worlds. One night, as they danced among the crystal trees, Elias whispered, "Forever feels right with you." Lyriel's light enveloped him. Forever is only the beginning. Their love, a starborn heart, burned eternal, guiding the cosmos toward harmony. Elisara pulsed with renewed life, its crystal forest shimmering under the triple moons, their songs a testament to the Guardian's sacrifice and rebirth. Elias and Lyriel, now distinct yet eternally linked, walked hand in hand through a grove where flowers glowed like tiny stars. Their forms were a balance of their origins. Elias's human silhouette infused with amethyst light, Lyriel's ethereal shape vibrant with tendrils that danced to the planet's rhythm. Their bond, forged through countless trials, was a living force, sustaining Elisara's core and each other. Yet, the cosmos was never silent. The probe, their child of energy and intent, continued its journey, sending faint signals back to Elisara. Each pulse carried visions of new worlds, gas giants with sentient storms, planets of molten glass, and civilizations teetering on the edge of discovery or collapse. Elias felt a stir within him, a remnant of his human wanderlust. "Do you ever want to follow it?" he asked, pausing by a crystal spire that hummed softly. "To see what it sees." Lyriel's tendrils brushed his arm, her touch electric. Asterisk, the probe is our eyes, our voice. Through it we explore. But my place is here, with you, guarding Elisara. Asterisk. He smiled, her presence grounding him. "I know, but sometimes I feel it calling, the stars, the unknown. Like I'm still that captain on the Odyssey, chasing the horizon." Her eyes glowed, a mix of amusement and understanding. Asterisk, you're more now. We both are. The horizon is within us, Elias. Our love reaches beyond the stars. Asterisk. They stood in silence, their energies intertwining, a quiet promise to face whatever came next together. But the peace was fleeting. A tremor shook the grove, subtle but unmistakable. The core's pulse flickered, a discordant note echoing in their shared consciousness. Another rift, Elias thought, his human instincts sharpening. Lyriel's form tensed. Asterisk, no. Something different. A presence. Not hostile, but curious. Asterisk. They raced to the core chamber, where the central crystal pulsed erratically, its light streaked with unfamiliar hues, gold, indigo, and a pulsing silver. The Guardian's senses extended, detecting a signal from the probe, stronger than ever. It carried a message, not in words but in emotions. Awe, urgency, connection. "It's found something," Lyriel said. Asterisk, a civilization. "They seek us." Asterisk. Days later, a ship emerged from a wormhole near Elisara, its design unlike any they'd seen. Organic, almost alive, with a hull that shimmered like liquid metal. It landed softly in a clearing, and its occupants emerged. Beings of light and mist, their forms shifting like clouds caught in a breeze. They called themselves the Lamora, a nomadic race seeking harmony after centuries of war. The probe had reached them, its story of Elisara's guardians inspiring them to seek guidance. The Guardian manifested as Elias and Lyriel to greet them, their forms radiant but approachable. The Lumora's leader, a being named Silvara, pulsed with golden light, their thoughts resonating with sincerity. Asterisk, we come in peace, Guardians. Your seed spoke of love that binds worlds. Our people are fractured. We seek your wisdom. Asterisk. Elias felt a surge of purpose, his human empathy resonating with their plea. "We'll help," he said, glancing at Lyriel. "But tell us your world. What threatens it?" Silvara shared visions, a planet called Luminera, where energy storms raged, fueled by a fractured core similar to Elisar's. The Lumira's wars had destabilized it, much like the Hfy's ancient experiments. Our conflicts tore us apart, Silvara said, their voice a chorus of whispers. We need to heal as you have. Lyriel's tendrils swayed, her thoughts probing. Your core is kin to ours. We can teach you to stabilize it, but it requires unity, love, trust, sacrifice. The Lamora stayed, setting up a temporary enclave near the ruins. Elias and Lyriel taught them to commune with Elisara's energy, guiding them to feel the planet's pulse. The process was slow, the Lumira's mistrust lingering from their wars. Elias, drawing on his human experience, shared stories of Earth's struggles and recovery, while Lyriel wove visions of the Hfy's harmony. One evening, as they worked with Silvara, Elias noticed Lyriel's light dimming slightly, a sign of strain. You're pushing too hard, he whispered, pulling her aside. The core is stable, but you're giving too much. Her eyes met his, soft but resolute. They need us. As we needed each other. He cupped her face, his touch sparking warmth. I know, but I can't lose you. Not again. Her tendrils wrapped around him, a gentle embrace. You never will. Our love is the core's strength. Their moment was interrupted by a Lamora scout, their form flickering with alarm. A storm approaches. Not of Elisara, but from the stars. The sky darkened, Elisara's moons obscured by swirling clouds of energy. The Guardian's senses detected a cosmic tempest, a storm of raw, chaotic energy spilling from a wormhole. It wasn't natural. It bore the signature of the Umbrax, the energy parasites they'd banished, now evolved and vengeful. The probe's journey stirred them, Lyriel's essence warned. They seek its source, us. The tempest struck, its winds shattering crystal trees and destabilizing the core. The Lamora panicked, their forms dissipating under the strain. Elias and Lyriel rallied them, their combined light forming a barrier around the enclave. Stay together, Elias shouted, his human voice cutting through the chaos. Your unity is your strength. Silvara pulsed with determination, rallying their kin. The Lamora joined their energies, a chorus of light that bolstered the Guardian's barrier. But the tempest was relentless, its core a writhing mass of Umbrax, their hunger now focused on Elisara's core. We need to close the wormhole, Elias said, his form blazing as he channeled energy. Like we did before. Lyriel's tendrils tightened around his hand. It will take everything we have. And the Lamora must help. They led the Lamora to the core chamber, where the crystal flickered dangerously. The Guardian taught them to merge their energies, a temporary unity echoing Elias and Lyriel's bond. The process was arduous, the Lumira's mistrust resurfacing, but Silvara's leadership held them firm. As the tempest raged outside, the Guardian and Lamora channeled their combined power into the core. Elias and Lyriel's love anchored the effort, their essences a beacon of harmony. The crystal flared, sending a pulse through the wormhole, collapsing it and dispersing the Umbrax. But the strain was immense. The Guardian's form flickered, Elias and Lyriel's separate manifestations fading. The Lamora, exhausted but united, pledged to protect Elisara in their stead. The storm passed, leaving Elisara scarred but alive. The core stabilized, its light steady but dim. The Guardian, weakened, retreated to the grove, their forms barely holding shape. Elias and Lyriel manifested, their hands clasped, their energies faint. We did it, Elias whispered, his voice hoarse. But at what cost? Lyriel's eyes glowed softly, her tendrils brushing his cheek. We live. Elisara lives. And the Lamora are changed. Silvara approached, their form radiant with gratitude. You've given us hope, they said. We return to Luminera to heal our world. Your love is our guide. As the Lamora departed, their ship a beacon in the sky, Elias and Lyriel sat by the lake, their energies entwining. I thought we'd lose ourselves again, Elias admitted. But we're still here. Lyriel's light flared, a smile in her essence. Asterisk love is our anchor. It always will be. Asterisk. They lay back, the moon's casting silver light over them. The core's pulse synced with their own, a reminder of their eternal bond. But a new signal reached them. The probe, now on a distant world, sharing their story with a race of crystal beings. It continues, Lyriel thought, her joy infectious. Elias laughed, a human sound in their cosmic existence. Our kids doing all right out there. Centuries turned to millennia, Hfy a haven for wanderers. The probe's journey wove a tapestry of connections, its signals reaching civilizations across galaxies. Some came to Hfy, learning from Elias and Lyriel, now legends in their own right. Others carried the Guardian's teachings, spreading harmony where conflict reigned. The core grew stronger, fed by the love that defined Elias and Lyriel. They explored Elisara's depths, discovering new ecosystems. Caverns where light danced like fire, skies where stars whispered secrets. Their bond deepened, a dance of human passion and ethery grace. One day, a new wormhole opened, stable and natural. The probe returned, its form evolved, pulsing with stories of 1,000 worlds. It merged with the core, sharing its experiences, strengthening Hfy further. Elias and Lyriel stood atop a spire, their forms radiant. We built something, Elias said, his voice filled with wonder. A legacy. Lyriel's tendrils enveloped him, her light a warm embrace. Asterisk not built. Born. From us. Asterisk. As eons passed, Hfy became a cosmic nexus, its core a beacon of love and unity. Elias and Lyriel, forever guardians, evolved with it, their forms fluid, their love unchanging. They welcomed wanderers, fought threats, and nurtured their world, their bond the heart of it all. One night, under a sky ablaze with auroras, they manifested as their original selves. Elias, the human captain, and Lyriel, the ethery guardian. They danced, their energies a symphony, their laughter echoing through the forests. I'd choose you again, Elias said, his eyes locked on hers. Every time, Lyriel's tendrils wove around him, her voice a melody. Asterisk and you, across all stars, all time, asterisk. Their love, starborn and eternal, burned brighter than any sun, a light that guided the cosmos toward hope. Hfy sang, the probe roamed, and the guardian endured, a testament to a love that defied worlds, uniting human and alien in an infinite embrace.